Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet.
At the birth of him who is called the bright and morning star,
Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. Nobody may hear this video or watch it. The internet has just gone down. And so I hope it's up and running again in the morning. The breaking news has already occurred. So unless there's more breaking news. Oh, there it is. It's now restored. Okay, so I can upload this video tonight and then go to bed. So, yeah. The Civil War has begun. I mean, it's not the Civil War that was fought back in the 1860s, but nonetheless, it's still a civil war. It's war on American soil. Washington, D.C. over the weekend, Michigan today. And the frustrating thing is that Barr and the other guy that was instrumental in taking out the Southern District of New York, they're gone. By Christmas time, they're gone. And so people who have been instrumental in escalating the coup d'etat of America are bailing, and they're not going to be held accountable. They're going to get away with it. The damage they caused, they're going to get away with. And this is horrifying. Today, Herbert shut down the numbers. He didn't do a full testing. He only did 5,000, where he's been capable of doing 15,000 on average every day now. With the new saliva test, 15,000 easily. And he's done that for quite a while now. But today, nope. 5,000. Back to our previous beginning number of testing per day. And as a result, we now know why. We had 2,000 who were testing positive. 35%. It's pathetic that they won't release the full amount of testing, that they won't continue to test throughout the day, regardless of what it is. And as it takes time to process the test results, it's clear that he holds back testing to divide it up in future days. Let me check church news. Before we go, there'll be most likely an update on new temples opening. So they just keep doing the land grab. Oh, church leaders congratulate President-elect Biden. Yeah, they sort of have to. That's interesting. There's an official statement. So yeah, they're trying to do an appeasement to the court, Judge Campbell specifically. So let me get this. This will be the because remember, Our Utah Attorney General, Sean Reyes, is part of the coup d'etat of America. He's part of the Union of States, as they're calling themselves. And we had one of our House representatives from the Republic side with them as well, with other House Republicans in this coup d'etat down in Texas. And then, of course, there's Senator Lee, who's been a traitor this whole time. And if you don't understand, you don't understand Mormonism. If you're upset with me and you don't like what you're hearing from me, I mean, seriously? You've never read your Book of Mormon. You've never read Mosiah 29. You've never read what happens right before the second coming of Jesus? And so this is pathetic. I'm not sure if I should even bother to try to write yet another letter, but the church is a part of all of this. They've helped to spread and escalate the virus. The fact that they are congratulating the president-elect and Senator Harris, who is now vice president-elect, is because of the lawsuit that I filed. Because I did the letter last week, and I believe it was on Monday morning. Well, Thursday. It was Thursday morning, because I remember remembering that they would all be notified by their counsel, defense counsel, about my email filing, because I submitted it. I have to submit it to their defense counsel as well, so that they can be informed, so that it's not some secret deep state behind the scenes conspiracy like what they've done. And so yes, this is in direct response to that reading that I did for you. It was over an hour, as I was doing editing along with it, but it was a long letter, and yeah, the church needs to understand I'm not falling for this. And so here they say, we congratulate President-elect Joe Biden on his election as President of the United States. They've never congratulated any previous president like this. We also congratulate Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. They are hoping for an overturn of my lawsuit. I won. It's over. The judge is purposely delaying. And so, again, it reads, we invite people everywhere, whatever their political views, they're talking to Sean Reyes, to join us in praying, praying for this new administration and for leaders of nations around the world. Praying for those in public office has been a practice of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints since its founding. The men and women who lead our nations and communities need our prayers. Yeah, I just think of Moroni. Prayer is in vain. We thank President Donald Trump and Vice President Pence for their public service? There are good people on both sides and wish them and their families well in their future endeavors. He never condemned him. Not for his racism, not for his sexism, not for his bigotry, not for his hatred, not for his coup d'etat of America. And here he's saying, hey, well done, President Trump. We wish you well in your future. He's going to prison. Unless he stops the transition, he's going to prison. He's got 100. That's a rough estimate, because there's at least 60, 63 in the Southern District of New York alone. Then you have those in Florida. You have those in other states. You have other lawsuits by women who are claiming sexual harassment and sexual assault and etc. And then he's got other crimes that are going to all of a sudden magically spring up because of what we find out about what he did during his presidency. And here they're wishing them well. Pence was in charge of this virus. He was on the task force. And he wishes him well. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. We excuse and pardon you and absolve you of all your sins during this term. There's my title for the video. Nelson absolves Trump for presidency. Absolves Trump. Of all sins. There we go. Alrighty. We commend all those who engaged in the election process. We commend all those who, in national and local level, their participation in our democratic process. So disturbing, especially listening to liberal media. Democratic process is being thrown out all over the place. Democracy means majority wins, minority loses. That's what our election was. But when you start implementing it for policies, oh, well, let's decide to give public education to the majority. Oh, do we want democracy for policies? No, that's bad. Because there are going to be people who are going to get discriminated against, who are going to be left behind, who are not going to get. This is what happens with a democratic transition. Why did you shut off? It's not. Uh-oh. I hope my air unit didn't just break down. But, I was hoping to heat up the house enough so that it will not get so cold in the morning. But, yeah, everybody does not understand. Our Constitution says we are to be a constitutional republic. And so that you write a general law, such as all receive life, liberty, property. Anybody who violates that are punished accordingly. And part of the punishment needs to go to all those responsible for this coup d'etat. They can't get away with this. They can't just say, oh, come on, guys. And if we do win to get Biden in without an actual civil war, they need to be held accountable, because they're just going to come back in 2022 and then 2024. They're going to keep coming back over and over again, rising up, causing crimes, causing violence, causing murder. They need to be stopped. And that's what Democrats don't do. It's weird because Republicans are the religious people. Democrats are the ones who instead want to forgive and forget. I don't understand it. And so they're by its nature demands much of those who offer themselves for public service. May our local, national, and world leaders be blessed with wisdom and judgment as they fulfill their great trust afforded to them by the people of the world. Yeah, what about them? Where's the churches? Where's Nelson's wisdom and judgment? He's in a position of trust. He's a religious leader. And he's giving lip service. They have trillions of dollars in savings. They claim it's for a rainy day. But I guess the coronavirus isn't a rainy day for them. And he's not even following the scriptures. That's supposed to be his handbook. But nope, he says, oh, I get revelation from heaven. I don't need the scriptures. Oh? If you didn't know, that's what he said with his healing power of gratitude to cure coronavirus. That video he did. There was a background message as to how it came about and all that stuff. You can't talk the talk and do minimalist walking of the walk. You have to be what you speak of. If you claim to be a religious charity, you need to be a religious charity. You can't talk the talk that you are. You can't do minimal token charitable events. You have to be. So none of this collection of trillions of dollars and then refusing to touch it when there's a global crisis. Condemning others through may our language speech. Blessed with wisdom and judgment. Nelson has shown none. He has caused the spread and escalation of this virus. He refuses to shut down the church. It's just sad and pathetic. And maybe I should do something for an email. But this can't keep going on. He has absolved Trump and Pence. He's just wanting it to move on. Oh, new normal. That's not how government is supposed to be run. But yes, just so that you know, it's in response to my Thursday email. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it overnight while I dream.